Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I'm Anuja Kumar with the Midday News. The headlines. NDA leader Narendra Modi to take oath as Prime Minister for second consecutive term at Rashtrapati Bhavan this evening. Several leaders from BIMSTEC group and neighbouring countries reached New Delhi to witness the swearing-in ceremony. YS Jaganmohan Reddy takes over as Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh at Vijayawada. Normal life paralyzed due to severe heat wave in several parts of the country. And ICC Cricket World Cup 2019 begins in the UK, host England to take on South Africa at the Oval in opening game. NDA leader Prime Minister Narendra Modi will take the oath of office in secrecy along with a new Council of Ministers for his second consecutive term at a glittering ceremony at the Rashtrapati Bhavan this evening. The function will be attended by governors, chief ministers, opposition leaders, corporate heads, film stars, a galaxy of leaders from BIMSTEC countries and foreign envoys. We have talked to a political analyst, Indrani Bagchi, in this regard.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has invited leaders from BIMSTEC countries. This is the Bay of Bengal group for multi-sectoral cooperation. It shows the importance that the Indian government is giving to these countries, which are all part of India's neighbourhood and an area that had traditionally not received the kind of importance that, say, the SAARC region had received. It is important because the Indian government's focus in the neighbourhood is about connectivity, about engagement, about trade, and all of this ties in with our relations with these countries. The fact that Pakistan has not been invited is not something that is a surprise.
Meanwhile, President of Myanmar, U Win Mint, and President of Sri Lanka, Maithripala Sirisena, have already reached Delhi to attend the swearing-in ceremony. Prime Minister of Nepal, KP Sharma Oli, is arriving in New Delhi this afternoon to attend Prime Minister Narendra Modi's swearing-in ceremony. Our Kathmandu special correspondent reports Mr. Oli is accompanied by his spouse and high-ranking government officials.
Nepalese Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli left for New Delhi a short while ago. After attending swearing-in ceremony, Mr. Oli will meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi tomorrow. Both the leaders are expected to discuss bilateral issues of mutual interest. India and Nepal have age-old friendship, and high-level exchange between the two countries has gained momentum in recent years. PM Modi visited Nepal twice last year, while Mr. Oli visited India in April last year on his first foreign visit after assuming the office of Prime Minister. Rajkumar, AIR News, Kathmandu.
Over 6,000 guests are expected to attend the ceremony beginning 7 p.m. at the forecourt of the majestic Rashtrapati Bhavan. President Ramnath Kovind will administer the oath of office in secrecy to the Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers. Our correspondent has filed this report.
All eyes will be on who will get the important portfolios of the defence, home, finance and external affairs. Representation of women in the Union Council of Ministers will be another area of interest. In 2014, 7 women had made the cut in Prime Minister Narendra Modi-led team of ministers in the NDA-1. At the time, 23 persons were sworn in as cabinet ministers, 10 as ministers of state with independent charge and finally 12 as ministers of state. It will also be of significant interest as to what will be the make of the Union Council of Ministers in terms of age and experience. Besides, representation of NDA allies, states and regions in the list will also be looked for. Zakir Nazir, AIR News, Delhi.
The leaders expected to be included in the Union Council of Ministers will meet the Prime Minister at 4:30 p.m. All India Radio Delhi will broadcast live the swearing-in ceremony of the Prime Minister. It can be heard on Rajdhani and FM Rainbow channels from 6:55 p.m. AIR Delhi will also mount a special program before the swearing-in ceremony, which can be heard from 6:30 p.m. News Services Division will broadcast a live bilingual program on the swearing-in ceremony of the Prime Minister. Tune into the FM Gold and Rajdhani channel of All India Radio at 9:15 tonight to listen to this special discussion. BJP President Amit Shah today met Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi ahead of the government formation. It is learned that besides discussing other issues, they gave final touches to the structure and composition of Union Council of Ministers. Mr. Shah and Mr. Modi have held several rounds of discussions in the last 2 days ahead of government formation. YSR Congress Party President Y.S. Jaganmohan Reddy has taken over as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh today. Governor E.S.L. Narasimhan administered him the oath of office and secrecy at Indira Gandhi Municipal Stadium in Vijayawada. Mr. Reddy is the second Chief Minister of the bifurcated Andhra Pradesh.
In the presence of a large number of his followers who came there to witness his swearing-in ceremony, Jaganmohan Reddy has put his first signature on the file hiking Social Security pension from next month. In his maiden address as Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, he announced that he would create 1,60,000 jobs by October and fill up 4 lakh gram volunteers from October 15 this year. Jagan assured that he would implement Navaratnalu, a total of 9 promises, a key aspect in his election manifesto, in letter and spirit. Earlier, as soon as Jagan rose to take oath as second Chief Minister of bifurcated Andhra Pradesh, the joy of his followers and YSR Congress workers knew no bounds. Their slogans in favor of their leader echoed the Indira Gandhi Stadium in Vijayawada. Suprashanti for AIR News.
Goa is celebrating its statehood day today. It was on this day in 1987 Goa became the 25th state of the Indian Union. Before this, Goa, along with Daman and Diu, was a union territory. The statehood helped in shaping Goa's distinct identity. At the Goa Statehood Day program in Panaji today, Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant in a video message said, "It's a day to reflect on people's achievements and evolve a strategy to achieve the much desired status of a prosperous and advanced state." He appealed to the youth to opt for skill education, encouraged businesses to avail of new policies and central government schemes, and assured that ongoing projects such as Mopa Airport will provide significant employment opportunities to Goans. Mr. Sawant stressed on making Goa garbage-free with the launch of Green Goa, Clean Goa awareness campaign. Programs have been organized across the state, including Mar Goa in South Goa. Robert Vadra, the brother-in-law of Congress President Rahul Gandhi, appeared before the Enforcement Directorate today in connection with a money laundering case linked to purchase of alleged illegal assets abroad. Vadra reached the agency's office in New Delhi at around 10:30 a.m. He was summoned to depose before the investigating officer of the case, where his statement will be recorded under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Vadra has appeared before the agency multiple times in the past in this case. The agency recently sought cancellation of the anticipatory bail given to Vadra and has also opposed his foreign travel. A local court had on Wednesday reserved for Monday its order to allow Vadra to travel abroad. Last week, the Enforcement Directorate moved a Delhi court seeking cancellation of the anticipatory bail given to Vadra in this case, and the Delhi High Court had then issued notice to him seeking his response. A Delhi court today extended till 1st of August the interim protection from arrest granted to Congress leader P. Chidambaram and his son Karti in the Aircel Maxis cases by the CBI and the Enforcement Directorate ED. Special Judge O.P. Saini extended the protection after ED sought 3 weeks' time to argue on their anticipatory bail plea, at which the lawyers appearing for Chidambaram's requested for extension of interim protection granted to them earlier. The case relates to alleged irregularities in grant of Foreign Investment Promotion Board approval in the Aircel Maxis deal. The Supreme Court today said 10% quota for economically weaker sections of general category cannot be applied to PG medical courses in Maharashtra for the academic year 2019-20, as admission process started long before the provision came into force. A vacation bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi noted that admission process for PG medical courses started in November last year, while the 10% EWS quota was passed in January this year. The court said the Maharashtra government enforced the 10% EWS quota for PG medical courses in March. It said the quota cannot be granted at the cost of others unless additional seats are created by the Medical Council of India. The court's order came on a plea filed by a student from general category saying that unless additional seats are created, the 10% EWS quota will eat into their share of seats. The student had challenged two circulars of the Maharashtra government by which 10% EWS quota was enforced in PG medical courses of the state. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. Severe heat wave is likely to continue in Vidarbha for next 2 days. Yesterday, Chandrapur recorded highest temperature with mercury reaching 48 degrees Celsius. A report.
There is no relief in sight for coming 2 days either in the region. The risk of sunstroke is high and therefore district administration and health department have issued advisories. The health department has suggested avoiding long exposure to sun during afternoon hours and avoid wearing dark colored clothes. Consuming water and fruit juice and resting in the shade during afternoon is also recommended. According to regional meteorological department, very light to light rainfall occurred at isolated places over Vidarbha yesterday, but it provided no relief to the citizens. Gauri Marathe from Nagpur.
In Uttar Pradesh, people are reeling under the heat wave and high temperature. A report.
Temperature has gone beyond 44 degrees Celsius in most parts of the state. Hospitals are full with the patients of heat stroke and diarrhea. Scorching heat has led to water scarcity in many areas, especially in Bundelkhand region, where people are having a tough time beating the heat. In Banda, Jhansi, Orai and Hamirpur, day temperature recorded close to 47 degrees. Allahabad was the hottest place in the state yesterday with 47.6 degrees temperature, which was 6 degrees above normal. Heat wave has left people inside their homes and the streets become deserted by afternoon. In night also, people are not getting any relief because of mercury reaching 29 to 30 degrees. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has unveiled his new cabinet, which includes 2 Indian origin leaders and 50% women, making the country one of the world's few gender-balanced government. The number of cabinet ministers has been cut from 36 to 28. Mr. Ramaphosa led the ruling African National Congress party to victory in elections earlier this month with a majority of 57.5%, the smallest since the party came to power 25 years ago. He took office last year after the ousting of Jacob Zuma, who had expanded the number of ministerial posts. The 2 Indian origin ministers who have been retained from the previous administration are Praveen Gordhan and Ibrahim Patel. Navy Chief Admiral Sunil Lamba will retire tomorrow on the completion of his tenure. He is retiring after over 4 decades of distinguished service. During his tenure as the Chief of Naval Staff, Admiral Lamba set the tone for several transitions in operational, training and organizational philosophy of the Indian Navy. Admiral Lamba has also steered implementation of the new transition cycle, which facilitated improvement of the overall readiness of ships and submarines in undertaking operational tasking and mission-based deployments. The 12th edition of the ICC Cricket World Cup begins in the United Kingdom in a short while from now. In the opener, hosts England will take on South Africa at London at 3 p.m. Indian Standard Time. India will begin its campaign against South Africa on Wednesday at Southampton. We have a report.
The wait is almost over, as after 48 months of preparations and qualifying tournaments, the ICC Cricket World Cup gets underway in London in a short while from now. The Britons and the Proteas will get the ball rolling at the Oval when they open their bid to win the tournament for the first time ever. Besides England, South Africa and 2-time winners India, the teams taking part are 5-time champions and holders Australia, Pakistan, New Zealand, West Indies, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. After a gap of 27 years, the tournament is featuring the round-robin format in which all the teams play each other in the league stage. Every win ensures 2 points, and the teams with most points at the end make it to the semi-finals. Team India will be captained by Virat Kohli and has the likes of Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan, along with fresh faces like Jasprit Bumrah, Hardik Pandya, Lokesh Rahul and Kuldeep Yadav among others. Sabi Hassan Khan for AIR News.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. NDA leader Narendra Modi to take oath as Prime Minister for second consecutive term at Rashtrapati Bhavan this evening. Several leaders from BIMSTEC group and neighbouring countries reached New Delhi to witness the swearing-in ceremony. And ICC Cricket World Cup 2019 begins in the UK. And with that, we end the midday news.